As technology begins to grow, our way of communicating with others has evolved, but so has our way of giving and receiving hate. Cyberbullying today has become so normalized to the point that we often forget the true horrific offense that it causes. With this in mind, a PSA with the intention of giving internet users a reality check on the fatal outcomes even one comment can bring was born. Hello, my name is Kayla Ozoa, and I represent the John F. Kennedy Fbla chapter in the event public service announcement. So, what is cyberbullying? Cyberbullying is bullying that takes place digitally through devices such as cell phones and computers. This could take place in multiple forms such as mean comments, defaming posts, harassment online, and even blackmail. Some of the consequences include that victims of cyberbullying actually have higher chance of suicidal thoughts, self-harm, and depressive symptoms. Students bullied both online and in school are actually over 5 times more likely to either attempt or commit suicide. So, these are my main objectives. My intended audience is all internet users because anyone can be cyberbullied, or anyone could be the cyberbullier. I wanted to highlight both perspectives because many people think that one comment is cyberbullying, even though one comment can just instantly destroy someone's self-esteem. I wanted to create an emotionally impactful message, especially because cyberbullying has been deemed not a real problem. Many people's experience on being cyberbullied is immediately put to the side. Lastly, I wanted to maintain cohesivity with the issue, because many people like to sugarcoat cyberbullying and saying just blocking them would make it okay. But people don't realize that the true psychological effects are much larger. So here's my PSA.
Oliver, look, this girl's so ugly.
Yeah, I agree.
Bro, what is this? The stupid Wi-Fi isn't working.
Let me try on my phone.
Stop being such a pick-me.
Next time, refer to the
Bro, consider killing yourself and being out of the If you broke and you dropped well at nighttime, then there's one less excuse for someone.
I should just die.
I don't
The world
deserve
would be better without me.
Kevin, you shouldn't.
Bro, it's fine. It's just one comment.
It's cyberbullying.
Doesn't matter. She'll be fine.
Okay, hope you enjoyed watching.
Oliver.
So, I'm going to talk about the pre-production. So, I first decided to make a storyboard. The storyboard formats and designs the plot of the film. The purple frames represent the bully's perspective. This was taken at John F. Kennedy High School. The green frames are the victim's perspective, and I decided to film this at my home. The gray frame right here represents the transition, which I will be talking about in the after production. Some of the notes made in the storyboard were the directions of the actors, different cuts that I wanted to make, and also dialogue. Adding on to dialogue, I also made a script. So one of the first scripts I made was the conversation between the bullies. I wanted to have a realistic small talk between two friends. I also wanted to emphasize the impact of doing the comment just one time. And by doing so, this adds foreshadowing to Allison's inevitable end. For the hate comments, I wanted it to be based on looks in isolation because this is the most common form that people use. I also wanted to highlight the amount of people who are involved in cyberbullying. By doing so, I had about 20 voice actors. Lastly, for the internal thoughts, I wanted to showcase deep embedded insecurity and suicidal thoughts, which are some of the psychological harms that result from cyberbullying. I also wanted to make it dramatic but realistic, because by adding the internal thoughts while she has a panic attack, even though it makes it dramatic, it is very realistic to many people's experience with getting cyberbullied. And here's the script. So, some of the film techniques that I used were low angle shots. Low angle shots are made by the camera being close to the floor, making the actors look very tall and powerful. Another thing I used were close-up shots. So the camera would be very close to the actor, creating a very personal mood. I also experienced with lighting. So I have red lighting, which symbolizes the isolation, the stress, and the madness the victim is going through. When she finishes writing her suicide note, the light becomes blue and purple, showing finality, somber, and death. Now I'm going to talk about editing. First, I want to talk about the visual. So I decided to have multiple match cuts. Match cuts are the actors making an action, which then cuts to a different scene. These are very powerful and are used multiple times in the film industry because it keeps the audience focused on what is going on while still having good continuity. I also decided to use an aspect ratio at the end of the film because I feel that it creates a dramatic effect. Lastly, I did fade out, fade in, and keyframes for the pop-outs for the notifications. I also made background music. All of the background music is edited by me and also created by me in my keyboard. I also had sound effects and Foley effects. So these are all the hardware and software I used. The software I used was CapCut and Adobe Premiere Pro for editing, IBS Paint, Instagram, voice memos, and YouTube. This is all of my hardware. This is my copyright, and this is my works cited. Thank you.